The sun on their backs and the wind in their sails, the God-woken watched Fort Joy shrink behind them. But their capture of the Lady Vengeance had not gone unnoticed.
I respect your metal, sorcerers. You steal my ship, kill my bishop, and ally with demons. But you have no idea.
We are ready, mistress.
Yes, but are they?
I swear, mistress.
Very well. Goodbye, sorcerers. This is my ship. I won't see it taken from under my feet. You act!
Oh, for the love of the void. Listen up. We can't win this one, but I can get us to safety. Show us what you can do, Godwoken.
Godwoken.
I'll take... Let's make that give you more than just a metaphor, shall we?
Stop that elf! Her sorcery must be silenced!
Ready to burst.
I need more time.
You will not take me again, Dallas. Silence the demon! She must be stopped!
Don't stop. It's working.
That burning. It's like a bomb in my belly, ready to burst.
Defend me or die.
Focus! Stop her sorcery!
Almost there. A little longer.
at these. Do it!
Damn, I'm good.
With the help of the half-demon malady, the Godwoken escaped through the veil that separates life from death.
The air here has a familiar smell, like the place you grew up. Old memories begin to well within you, but the sweet sour smell of decay, a faint creaking.
Is that a tree? What's hanging from it? Must be a way across. Armadia. The Lords. How can this be?
Armadia hangs before you, her face cut and bruised, her chest barely moving. You lean in. That's no tear. It's source. The shimmering liquid. Ralik hangs limp from the tree, cursed branches constricting him, snake-like from his helmeted head hangs slack at his side.
Hurry!
Ever-tightening cursed branches constrict the great dwarven god. Before you hangs a great ethereal orb. A small, stout imp wins. Tight coils wrap Tyr's Endelius from head. Cursed tendrils tighten. Your whispered blessing slithers up the tree. She jolts awake with a gasp. Golden light.
My child, blessings be that you are here. Blessings the forces of the king. They are Please step carefully, child. Trust neither king nor pauper, baker nor warrior, traveler nor friend. We may only trust in each other.
She pauses, looks over her shoulder and sees the others hanging from the tree, all but lifeless.
Our brothers. Perfect. No, it is too late for them. You need that. I do not say this out of my love for you. These misguided fools would sacrifice this world. No, we are the only hope to save this world. You and I alone. As I hung from the tree, I saw Rivellon overrun by monsters. They are his servants, and that is his threat. His promise. You can't let it happen. There was a time when you wielded tremendous power. You must ascend.
Once Lucian the Divine united the powers of the Seven against the Void. He led the people of Rivellon to glory. No, Lucian was weak. Lucian was a Godwoken must become divine. But we cannot trust these mortals. If we are to have a future, that Godwoken must be you, Fane. So go, my champion. Go and claim divinity.
She starts to answer, but her eyes change, turning from their
No, I see them. Fly, dear.
white-hot cold pierces your heart like a blade.
What's happened here? Where is everyone?
Well, at least they added a shrub to the ghastly place. I'm not sure.
The same troubled look is visible on each face. You've seen the gods beaten and defiled.
The void has been pushed back before by the power of mortals. The
Gods, schmods. They aren't interested in me, and I'm not interested in them. It seems whatever's inside me is more powerful than any of
The gods are dead. Long live the Godwoken. If the Seven...
where have you been? I can't keep this up much longer. We need to go. There's no time. I can't hold us here. Brace yourself. This a lot.
The chill of the Hall of Echoes clung to the Lady Vengeance as it returned to the shores of Reaper's Coast. The Godwoken were alive, but what of the gods?
Solid ground materializes beneath your feet. Your weight falls back into your body. As you look around, you realize you're still aboard the Lady Vengeance. Malady explodes in a fit of retching that racks her body. At last, she sneezes and expels a glob of something.
Let's not do that again anytime soon. Well, we needed to escape, didn't we? So I took us the one place I was quite... I suppose you recognized the Hall of Echoes from those visions you... I do hope you learned something useful on our little field trip. Desperate how? Oh. 1, spooky magic. 2, only half a demon, actually. My mother was a bitter elf named Loda. 3, just a bit of leftover effluvia from the spell. 4, more than I can count. 5, something too horrible to mention by the light of day. And now that I've answered every question a sane person could conceive to ask of me, I see. So, your god seemed uncharacteristically frightened, told you the void was coming, and that... Well then...
She inspects her fingernails with great attention.
Did they mention how you were meant to become the next divine? Well, luckily for you, we already know you can bless, but as far as I know, you can neither see... I may not know much about divinity, but I do know that any Godwoken worth their salt will know how you need to go see the Meister. As have I, but not in the ways a true Godwoken can. You ought to be able to see and speak to the spirits that wander our realm. And you ought to be able to extract the source. When you're done, you'll be able to amass and unleash quantity. I quite look forward to seeing it. Oh, she's got one of those things in Driftwood. You know, the building where people go and they do things inside of it. Give me your map. There you are. You're at the beginning of a long journey, Godwoken. Now, I must be going. And so must you. Shopping. Why, our faithful little sloop, of course. We can all run. Before you go... If I'm not back by the time you find out where our journey takes us next, you can call me back here. Tell the ship. And in the unlikely case you don't manage to do whatever it is you'll need to do...
I've plenty of fighters for hire. Oh, I see you have a full contingent. I've plenty of fighters for hire. Oh, I see you have a...
Hello again. And I think it's time to start repaying the favours. I could fetch some stuff you need, maybe. Ma always said I was a great runner. Sure thing. I'll start hunting.
Hail, friend, and remember, in Lucian, paradise awaits. Not an actual paradise, of course. I don't think there's such a place in all of Rivellon. Paradise, I miss it. I miss them. They've been forever understanding of... I expect Malady has an answer to that. It seems she... Only as often as I need his gun. When I invoke Lucian's words, I invoke his deeds, too. He stood for the defenseless. When the...
Gareth's nostalgia lasts for just a moment longer. He...
Damn it, is nowhere safe! Red-robed lunatics at sea, those... What if it's too late, What if the Knights of Dre are too far ahead? At least here, our shield's ignorance can be forgiven, Quercus. You know their order, my friend.
mystic squirrel.
The squirrel absent-mindedly runs a paw.
They plan to inherit the everlasting forest once the acorn drops. I don't know. The Knights of Dre are a dangerous together, Quercus. We can develop some magic to save us. Yes, it has done an admirable job so far, but does it understand that we could be wiped out at any moment? Does it understand the risk? It's an idiot. Still, it would be a shame to see any harm come.
The squirrel reaches out and touches your ankle, sending a hot flush rippling through your body. Your mind's eye sees
Now, listen carefully, shield. If the shield can hold up its end of the bargain, we might just...
Pray speak.
He sighs.
Oh, perhaps that's because I don't quite enjoy if I must. The long and short of it is that I was banished because I was found in bed with a demon. How gratifying. You clearly have a hard time understanding all. I am a prince of the House of War. There are others. I lived in the Forbidden City, a vast complex of palaces that houses the royal family and its serf. That is the price I paid for my genius. I was too valuable to be exposed to the dangers of the outside world. Bring me information and I will deduct, then instruct. From amid the ultimate opulence, I had it all. And frankly, I got bored. You miss the point. I did not suffer the boredom of some spoiled brat. Mine was the if I could not experience the joys of the world. Miraculous what a sorcerer can do with a little arcane lore. I summoned demons, the most dangerous game in the world. Converse with demons and you learn of the shadows behind creation. Drink wine with them and you have visions of worlds beyond worlds. My mind rejoiced. Now for the body, I reasoned, so with a certain succubus. So you do I spent a whole year in the company of demons, every night atop the white library tower of my palace. It was my great study of existence. It was my supreme joy, even if...
He gives you a long, respectful look.
How unexpectedly shrewd you. What happened next was simply one moonless night, the succubus that was my lover turned to me, fangs exposed. There was no light in that glint. And in short, I tried to move away, but it was too late. She was upon me. She had done it. She went for my neck, quick as a charging cobra, but then suddenly it's as if something deep inside me welled up, a power. Then she screamed. A scream so abhorrent its ripples caused birth. The Imperial Guard forced itself into my chambers and found... I believe the phrase is... We should seek the Meister. Anyone with such a... In the meantime, though, let us continue our search for Brahmo. At first, I admit it was all rather tiring. I was, after all, marched out of my own empire, and after that came the indignity of the collar and incarceration. But ever since we decided to be so bold as to bid our farewell... Oh, I could complain about the food and the lodgings and the sheer barbarity. Adventure is I told you earlier I could tell you tales about what it was like to be a prince of the house. Tales that would last us 1,000 nights. That is true. But yes, as long as that road eventually leads all the way back to my throne, that is.
Well now, how's my favorite god woken?
Ivan smirks and shakes his...
I'll spare you the tall tales we usually tell. When a new cub joins up with the lone wolves, we interrogate them. I don't remember all the questions, but I remember enough to give you a lone wolf name if you want one. So tell me this, which of these scenes attracts you the most?
Ifan nods and raises his eyebrows.
And then, target in sight. What's your preferred execution method? Right.
Ifan scrawls something on a little on the page in thick black letters is written coal.
Not as pant-wettingly fearsome as Silverclaw, but not bad. Not bad at all. Let's track down my old can't hurt to know who wants us dead.
Ifan smiles.
Oh, hey. Well, I think I should focus on getting this and if we pick up a few news... Gotta say, I think we're onto something interesting. What, this old gaggle of weirdos? Oh, she's all right. A lot of bark, but I think she really cares about what we're doing. Better that than a sweetheart who'd sooner watch you walk off a cliff than shout, "Look out!" I don't know about home, but I do sort of miss the gang I travel with now and then. Crawler, Madcap, Papa Joris for sure. Musicians mostly. We all had our own stories, our own troubles, but when we were together, when you have people like that around you, you know, a family, even rain feels like sunshine. Well, I think,
I hadn't realized I was in such illustrious company when we met before. Most fascinating that you're, how did Malady put it again? A god-woken.
Tarquin pauses, taking you in. Genial smile and...
We may not have always seen perfectly eye to eye, but that would be the makings of a truly wise attitude. Most wise. I'm sure we can build something magnificent on these. Why, it was your ally, Malady, who spared me. She claimed that I might be of some use yet. Rather flattering to enjoy the...
As you approach, the silent monk The angelic figure stands upon a mosaic. Your body is still, but your soul floats. A dying shark lies gasping on the sand, bleeding from the mouth and gills. It turns its dark and... It gasps in the air, struggling for the breath to speak. Its own blood...
No! Die here! Monsters in the water! Monsters in the deep! Monsters bigger! More and more gross! doing?
It summons the energy to snap at you, thrashing in the sand. You jump back.
No, I can't. Oh, monsters in the water. Monsters in the deep. Monsters in the deep.
The shark lays there, gasping quietly in the sunshine. Blood bubbles at its mouth. You leave. It lays there gasping, dying, drowning.
What happened here?
That boy Woken had someone to call.
A Magister Caravan. I remember one just like this picking me up.
Not really.
Could have been a shipment to
happening.
Fort Joy. What happened here?
No, it's not true. It can't be true. No.
White as driftwood salt, the dwarf flinches at your approach, yet she holds a
Back! Back!
Magister, I'll kill you, just like the rest of them.
She slumps, all bravado draining.
No. I've never seen anything like those beasts before.
Her eyes widen and lose focus, as though she's seeing something
Those? Yes. Worst ones I've ever seen. Ripped through the Magisters, the dwarves.
Her eyes stare vacantly into the distance, glassy as
I don't know. Old Duna's beard. Lohar, my boss Lohar, are helping sorcerers. We thought we could help them against the Magisters, but...
She flinches at the slightest rustle of wind. A scruffy kid bounds up and stands before you, hands on hips. He stares at your face. Doubt, screw...
You Ben Mez? Righto, got a message. Chap called Baron Laveri wants to see you. Black Bull...
The kid shoves his hands in his pockets and ambles off, whistling an...
Yes, you look just the time. I found the culprit. Tell that to Big Marge, if you dare.
Did you hear? The eggs and no one to keep them. Not my eggs, our eggs! All the...
They were stolen! The babies! The eggs! Some horror! Thief! Horrible thief! It came in the night! Big! Big as a cow! Big as a house! And many, many legs! Too many! If I showed you, you could bring them back! Map! Show me your map!
In a flurry of feathers, she leaps up and...
That's where they are! I went after my babies! I saw where... Bring them back!
You ever think about...
Get yourself in check, boy. I won't have you running off like Millicent and Tully.
The older-looking Magister notices your presence. He wipes his grubby hands downward across his greaves.
Halt! What word do you bring?
His face goes pale, and his eyes open wide.
Avoid Woken...
Hush, Fader. You may pass, traveller. Dare say you'll be aching to leave before long anyway. But be quick, mind.
He nods his head in the direction of... The Magister smiles, but he...
Thank the Seven I've oldest to guide me in these times. He allows me to borrow a bit of courage from him when I need it. It's true, what you say. My belly's as yellow as a canoe. It's just... It's only a matter of time, you know? Outside Driftwood, not even our numbers dwindle. I'm hardly fit. I know they disappear without a sign. Magister Carver's looking into it, but it's farewell.
As long as you stay put, you'll be safe.
Last time I was here, I summoned my wolf right in the tavern. All hell broke loose. Good times. Good times. And One left,
Oh,
though,
we
remember.
dwarves had a kingdom, and we will have it back. I won't. Heavens to Bessie, another one. More queer. Just look at you, strutting about like a peacock. With them feathers anyway. Tavern's just down the road. Can't miss it, 'cause that's where all the queer ones go. Clanking dwarf. Don't know what's going on in that.
Maybe I'm glad I ain't pulling carts of stinking fish round no more. But what's a beast to do if how can a beast enjoy this when he's no notion of what his future holds?
On the double.
Hope you ain't looking for work in this dying town. Besides, you ain't got the look of a fisher about you, I'll tell you that much.
Don't let up
Blast
now.
be gust.
Keep hauling that cargo.
These sacks weigh like lead. It's a disgrace.
That's it. The barrels and the chests. On the double. Go on, you mute sacks of flesh. Put ya. The Lord Dread awaits.
The Magister stops, barking orders. He sniffs the air like a predator, turns to face you, the wolf eyeing the deer.
You do not get to make that decision. Tell me, have you ever been strung up by the hands? Your body swinging like a bell's clapper as your bones are being broken with cast iron rods? We do cruel things unto others and unto ourselves.
He licks his lips.
See, I'd like to string you up too. Rack you with rods and leave you dangling over a puddle of your own blood and piss. In that case, you'd better think I'm very good at what I do, see? There was a whiff of something in the air when you approached. Best convince me I was mistaken.
He leans in closer.
Interesting. So I was mistaken. Very well. In that case, we'll forego the gallows and turn straight to the... Seems peaceful here, doesn't it? A quiet day in a quiet town. But they do. Consider for a moment the dwarf. What is he? A mule? A beast of burden? I've need of a rat catcher. Of course. I must depart post-haste. But Julian here will stay behind.
Stay behind? But...
Like I said. And with that, I must be off. No hard feelings about the death threats, of course. How about we part shake?
There's a moment of fleeting suspicion as his glove closes round the bones of your hand, but only...
How very... One last thing. The Magisters here are diligent men and women. A stranger like you, should this happen, just wave this piece of parchment in their eager little faces. Adieu and good luck. The time has come, my stitched lip lovelies. We set sail.
These sacks weigh like lead.
The Magister is rubbing the dirt off his robes.
You, the so-called friend of Dallas. I'd be whining and dining aboard the Lord Dread if it weren't for you. You're meddling and... Yes, I am very much aware. Now answer me. Did you meet with a Magister caravan on your way into town? By the Bishop's bones, you saw it. Out with it, man. What happened? Void woken. That means source was used. Which means some third party must have attacked Raymond, that old goat. Always suspected there's more to the... Too many things have gone wrong along Reaper's Coast to attribute to bad luck. Magister ship sinking. Rumour has it the Dwarvian Queen herself is behind these acts of sabotage. That is what I want you to prove. There's a local thug, Lohar. He runs an operation out of his hideout.
It may be interesting to have a word with him. Find out what he's up to. Where I really want you to ferret around is...
It's wild territory. Remote and hostile. Should you find any such place, And better yet, proof that they've always been snakes in the grass. Cheap labour, sure. And hard workers too. You know what Queen Justinia is like, surely. A tyrant and a master in that case. Go forth and let the hunt...
Calm as a coiled spring held tight, this silent watcher's...
Keeping it together,
You needing supplies? I'd stock up if I were you. It's madness out there. Never seen anything like it until later that...
Smells worse over here than a dozen raw
My word,
eggs.
but you do look exhausted. Yep.
Not like you're buying anything.
Penny for a sick dog? A glance at the dog's miserable face tells you it's sick of...
What am I, dog's doctor? Dog's sick. Go on, kiss a penny for a sick dog. Putty for a penny, you can sing him a love song and call him Mummy. Thank ye kindly. Any chance of another one? Penny for a sick... Much obliged. Could I push you for one? Cheers. Can I trouble you? You're... nice. Could I Yes, much obliged. Could I... Cheers. You're... Nice. Yes, much... You're... Much... You're... Much... You're...
The dog lies there quietly, clearly...
You don't smell right. Got a pain in the neck. Got a bad pain in the neck.
It flinches. A low, threatening growl builds. Under the collar, you find the sharpened points of metal rivets, gouging the poor dog's skin. The dog bares its teeth at you and growls. The dog gives you a long, hard stare, but does not bite you. The dog goes to bite your hand, and then...
Hey, I feel okay. Thanks, man. Think I'll wander off now. Here, before I go, what can I do to show my gratitude? Master did. Huh? Wait a minute. Master hurted me?
He turns to his...
You bad man!
Penny for a grieving beggar whose dog ran away. God damn it. That was my livelihood. Penny, no.
You're safe among friends.
No. You wouldn't do that, would you? Oh, yes. You would do that, wouldn't you? I couldn't prevail upon you to change your mind, could I?
How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
He gives you a cool look, then rummages in...
That's your lot. Go on, then.
The carved figure is a... Your touch creates a...
Well met, friend.
You look down at the cart and see fish with flaking scales, tumours and, in one case...
Have it your way, mate. Back again, eh? Looking for anything in particular? It's free to look. Fair travels, friend.
Good day to you.
Wars are brewing, my friend, and I'll stand...
Latest news! Fresh many a latest, my friend. The war, the bishop, ain't looking too good for them lizards. Word is, the Divine Order's gonna hit the ancient empire. You remember what happened to the elves, don't ya? Ain't no one left 7 save us. Stabbed in the back, he killed them all, I say. Do 'em like... I mean, they doomed us all, didn't they? The son of the Divine is Jolly Justinia, Queen of the Dwarves. Here's 20 or so noble gentlemen. No one knows what they did wrong, if anything, and she has them stripped and whipped all the way to the execution grounds. You ask me, and I say she's...
The silent watchers...